the AOC updates thing.
I think
let me show.
I'm just a spoiler alert. You're going to see every major leftist content creator.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
That's
okay.
right. That's right.
Just scroll down and see what you see.
All right, so let's see. Marjorie Taylor Greene's amendment does nothing to cut off offensive aid to Israel nor end the flow of U.S. munitions being used in Gaza. Of course, I voted against it. What it does do is cut off defensive Iron Dome capacities while allowing the actual bombs killing Palestinians to continue. I've long stated I do not believe that adding to the death count of innocent victims to this war is constructive to its end. That is a simple and clear difference of opinion that's long been established. I remain focused on cutting the flow of U.S. munitions that are being used to perpetuate the genocide in Gaza. Francesca Fiorentini, you knew it wasn't going to pass, so why not take a stand against military aid to Israel, even if sponsored by Green?
Oh my God, it's Francesca. I know who she is. Oh my God.
Your progressive colleagues, far more vulnerable than you, stood on business against genocide. You got to buck the liberal Zionist lobbyists in your ear.
You don't need to read all the words. Just scroll down. They're all in there, bro.
Well, I'm curious with this one.
Kyle Kulinski.
Kyle says this is pathetic.
Ratioed her. Kyle Kulinski, one of the most prominent voices in this space, ratioed her and called her pathetic. And you guys don't think that this is going to make her job more difficult down the line if she wants to make a run at the presidency.
Wait. Did he call her pathetic, or did he say that this is pathetic?
He says it's right here. This is pathetic.
Are we being a bit pedantic?
Wait. No, we're not. Wait.
I'm gonna lose it.
Wait. We're
she
not.
Called her
I just want to say, okay. Oh, did he call her pathetic? I have to get down to the fucking. So he loves to hyperfixate on the specifics, so then he is able to protect himself from the reality of what they're saying, right? This is pathetic. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What was Hutch's point? What was Hutch's point? Hutch's point is that this was a significant issue that was influencing shit, right? That's what Hutch was saying, right? So why are you like hinging yourself so much on this one specific difference that has nothing to do with Hutch's overall point? Well, could it be that you know that you're wrong and you're detracting from him because you should actually be smarter than how you are presenting yourself here right now? Maybe.
Wait. So when I say that Biden was pathetic when he did X, doesn't mean that I call Biden pathetic. Now, by the way, I do call Biden pathetic, but that's just separate. But like, if they're not necessarily the same thing. I've seen Kyle Kulinski criticize people very harshly on specific matters. It doesn't necessarily extend beyond that. So I want to be clear about something. I don't think that this is
pedantic has to be in Pisco Soul's like boss name. I agree. Dude, fuck, what should we call Pisco, dude? Pedantic Pisco. Oh my, it's perfect. Pisco the pedantic.
Is like needed.
No. Pisco, we have to also refer to his bad faith nature, okay? Because he clearly is being bad faith here. It's so clear to me that he's being bad
criticism. The lefties are going to continue to support her. If she would be on like in a panel between her, Gavin Newsom, fucking Governor Shapiro, who do you
Contrarian Andy Pisco? No.
think they're going to vote for? Who do you think they're going to vote?
Oh, well, he is a contrarian.
They're going to vote for AOC.
Yeah. So SDL says this is
Pisco, the leftist enabler. Pisco, the Hassan enabler. I don't.
Wrong. Jenk says, I know why you voted for it, but just saying Israel needs defensive doesn't address the question why we pay for it. Why do we owe them anything?
They're all making videos about it. They see one person do it, and then they all feel like they have to do it. You know what I mean? Because if
how
they
hard?
don't,
Can I ask you something? How hard are they going in their videos?
They're going hard. They are savaging her right now, bro. And they're going to do the same thing to Mamdani at a certain point. I promise you, it's going to happen.
But Hutch, again, I think that there's kind of two things being said here, but these views are ultimately compatible. Look, I think that it's true that she's getting a heap of shit from a heap of leftist creators online, but that's totally compatible with the idea that, look, at the end of the day, I don't think that this represents like a significant setback to AOC's political journey or political career.
Your instinct is to always minimize this shit.
No.
All of you guys, all three of you. I'm so resolved in this. It's not even funny.
No,
like
but your instinct to maximize.
Whenever I bring it up, you guys are always prone to be like, "It's not that big of a deal, bro. It's not that big of a deal."
No.
You never want to fucking call it what it is. These people are toxic.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Hutch, they can be toxic, and they can, like you said, they can.
Dude, why are these people, dude, why don't these people understand? It's so obvious in fighting. Dude, the problem is that I expect so much more out of these people, right? Like I actively expect so much more out of Jessiah and Pisco and Econoboy. Oh my god. Dude, oh. I feel like this is like never meet your heroes kind of moment, you know? Like this feels very much like a fucking
make
yeah,
her
like,
life a
don't
bit
meet
harder,
heroes.
but that doesn't mean
Oh my
that they are
God.
a significant needle mover in left-wing spaces
You're
in
doing it
actually
again.
existing. Hutch, you're
doing
not
it
even
again.
disagree. Do you disagree with anything I just fucking said?
Did you disagree with what he said?
Yes, I completely
Oh,
reject
Why
this.
do you
What do you
disagree
disagree?
with
Which
them?
part? Which
Completely
part?
reject this notion that these guys don't have an influence in electoral politics.
That's
You're
not
wrong.
what we're saying,
That's
Hutch.
not what
Yes,
he
We're
said.
not
you are.
saying
You're
that.
saying,
No, I'm not, Hutch. You can have an
you're
influence,
saying they don't move
and
the
it can
needle
be,
that much. That's what you're
they
saying.
don't. There's no
You're
evidence that
wrong.
they Hutch. There's no evidence that they move the needle that much when it comes to at least like progressive people like AOC. Like again,
I just told Stardust that I'm not willing to remake a bridge with her, but she is welcome to be in chat and she is welcome to be in my server, but yeah.
agree that look, this is gonna be a bitch every time she like when she goes and gets interviewed by Kyle Kalinske and Crystal Ball. This is gonna be a question that gets brought up. It's gonna be a criticism of her. People are gonna like, oh my goodness, fuck AOC. I'm gonna vote for Jill Stein for the 14th time in a row, and that's gonna fucking amount to something this time. Like, yeah, that's gonna happen, Hutch. But obviously, there's a difference between saying that, yeah, a margin of people are gonna be upset about this and gonna be moved away from her. But to your point, you agree that this isn't aggregately going to hurt AOC because you think
Yes,
this was
you
the
did.
politically correct thing for her to do.
Correct.
No,
right?
no. I didn't tell you that I think that maybe she's not going to win like her next re-election in the House. I said it is going to make her job more difficult in the future if she aspires to higher office. If she
Does
wants
it make
higher
her
office.
job? Does it make her no?
On the
Hutch,
net
hold
easier.
on, Hutch. Does it make her job 1% more difficult or like twice as difficult?
There's no way that
Twice as difficult. Twice as difficult. The answer is twice as difficult, you fucking inbred moron. You absolute fucking shave that beard, okay? Grow out your hair, alright? Learn how to groom yourself, you fucking moron. You fucking inbred. Fuck you, dude. You absolute fucking buffoon. Fuck you. Fuck you and your children. Fuck you and your ancestors.
we can quantify this. Hold on. Let's establish a couple things. Do we agree that
what's
we're
your
talking about
intuition?
just a couple things? We can
It's gonna make it twice as difficult, you fucking moron. You absolute fucking buffoon. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hate you and your entire family.
size. Do we agree that their collective reach, all of these creators, is millions of people
Yes.
Yes.
in the United States?
Yes.
Do we agree that the 2016 presidential election was decided by 40,000 fucking votes across 3
Yes.
states? Do we
Yes.
agree that the 2020 election was decided by 80,000 across 3
Yes.
Dude, he's literally like dog walking the entire fucking panel. He's like dog walking. He's dog walking, okay? He's dog walking them. All of them. All 3 of them. He's dog walking all 3 of them. Like the entire fucking time. And they're just being so fucking stupid. I expect more of these people. These people are like supposed to be smart. You guys are supposed to be on my side. You guys are supposed to be smart. Why are you so stupid? Stop.
states?
Yes.
Do we agree that the 2024 election was decided by roughly 120,000 across 3 states?
I think it's a little more than that, but yes.
I thought it was like
I
250,000.
Yeah, I think it's
Maybe you're
200.
right, yeah.
No, I thought it was.
Yeah.
You might be right about
Okay,
that.
but whatever.
I think
Hundreds of
200.
thousands.
The
Yeah.
point
Yeah,
is,
hundreds.
the point is, all of these elections have been close, and they have millions of people in their audience, and I can't get. You guys to acknowledge how potentially damaging they have been consistently
why.
over the years.
This is why, because so I want to just be clear about something. It's my prior, and you might disagree with this, Hutch, and this might be where we disagree. It's my belief that the left did not abandon Kamala in 2024. that the left, by and large, stood by Kamala and walked to go vote for Kamala Harris. And so given that the left did not, on average, overall, abandon Kamala, that given that overall, the left got the message. They grumbled, but they walked their ass to the polls and they voted for the lesser of two evils. They
Pisco.
got that message. The left, by and large, did. Not everyone, and I condemn the individuals who did it. And certainly maybe enthusiasm played some role, but I don't have evidence that the left cost Kamala the election. So why do I think that there's evidence that materially they're going to cost AOC some kind of election in the future, some hypothetical election? I just don't see them as having that swayability for the left.
I just told you, in an election, a national election where there's 150 million people voting and it's decided by 40,000 votes, and you don't even want to entertain the notion that maybe
he's saying that we've not
min-maxed
lefty support for Kamala Harris, which could be outcome determinative.
They actively work against
But Hutch, I think
the party.
No. But Hutch, we can agree with all that. Again, these are compatible. Like, for instance, what you brought up earlier, and I thought it was probably the best point that you made, was the idea that there's evidence to suggest that probably 2 or 3 million people who voted for Biden decided not to vote because of essentially Israel and Palestine was their number one issue. And, this seemed to be a group of overwhelmingly progressive people because, they said that they would have rather voted for somebody like Sean Fain or AOC or something for president. But I think that that's in part one of the big reasons why I say even that criticism I don't think is very good, because I don't think that AOC can plausibly be framed to this group of people as someone who's a soft pussy on Israel Palestine. This is somebody who says, look, Israel's committing a genocide. Netanyahu's a war criminal. She'd probably commit to
we would
not allowing
all,
she'd
You're
probably
making my
commit
point
to
for me though. You're making my point for me. She has this strong position on Israel Palestine, and it's not enough for these fucking lunatics.
But
we agree with that.
We agree that it's not enough for online leftist content creators, right? So I would agree with that. But I don't think that in the course of a long campaign...
You really don't think, dude, I saw, God, who is that person in the chat right now? I saw, okay, one of our viewers. I saw one of our viewers in here, okay? But dude, you really don't think that all the fucking content creators on the left that is... the biggest fucking content creators on the left influencing the media sphere is not gonna even move the needle even a bit towards Kamala Harris losing by the margins in which she has lost in the States? Really, nigga?
And to Josiah's point, who even knows if she's going to run for president? But nonetheless, let's just assume that she is. During the course of the long-term campaign that she's going to be a part of, I don't think that you can plausibly represent to these people that AOC's history is particularly weak on Israel-Palestine when she has all of these consistent statements that she's made over time. And like you said, she voted against the bill in the first place. She says she wants to strip offensive aid to Israel. I think for a lot of these uncommitted people, these actually existing voters that decided not to vote for Kamala Harris, to Pisco's point, they overwhelmingly decided to vote for her. But for the ones that didn't, it's not clear to me that there's much evidence to suggest that this would make the difference between them not voting or voting for AOC. I think they would overwhelmingly vote for AOC at higher margins than Kamala.
Well,
it just seems
to
like
Hutch's point. To Hutch's point, let me ask you this. To Hutch's point,
am I going to get some backup?
I literally wouldn't even think. I actually legitimately don't even think. You know what? A possible I would actually give it 50-50, okay? You deadass only said that shit because you know I'm here, Foods. Ain't no way. I didn't even know you were in my audience right now until you appeared, okay? But look, only black people talk like that, okay? I'm just saying.
Holy shit.
I think what Hutch is saying is, I don't think Hutch would dispute the fact that the left by and large supported Kamala. That'd be a really dumb point, right? Hutch, you agree.
Okay.
The left by and large.
The left.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think what he's saying is he feels that there can be some juice that we can squeeze out of that coalition a bit more that would be outcome determinative in close elections.
The opportunity cost.
What?
The opportunity cost. Not just what you lost, but what you could have gained. Is that what you're saying?
Right. We've not min-maxed that coalition out, and if these leftist content creators would be
Are you black?
Be a bit more reasonable or a bit more temperate in their criticism of AOC, that we could probably get those, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of votes theoretically to make the difference. Do you disagree with that? That we have not reached our ceiling for
no,
optimal.
Of course not. Yeah, I mean, of course, if every progressive content creator played perfect ball and was willing to, be more pragmatic and, think about these things a little bit more long term and sensibly, we would have better net electoral outcomes. But I think that but I don't think that I've ever said anything differently. I mean, obviously that's true. Hutch,
No,
I mean,
and I'm sure Pisco would agree. But hang on,
But like, what are the chances you're watching here in the moment that I said that?
That's my
Here's
point.
the rub, though. Here's the rub, though, Hutch. By that logic, you're going to be hoisted by your own petard, because now we have to moderate our criticism in vision of the optimal strategy. And so for us, like, if we're going to apply this lens, like, is the best thing for building a coalition that protects AOC and protects the candidate to attack all these creators, or like in our wildest dreams convince them? So now I think, Hutch, if we're going to apply this lens, is the best strategy for us under this theory, right, which is where we're just reacting for pure outcome determinative nature, is the best strategy for us to attack all these creators and burn our bridges with them? Yes or no?
At this point, I feel like, yeah.
Yes. Yes. The answer is yes, my friend. It is better to burn your bridges. It is better to burn bridges with people who do not have your best interest at heart. Okay? Understand? It's better to burn bridges. Again, I'm just going to say this again. All right? It's better to burn bridges with people who do not have your best interest at heart. Yes.
At this point,
okay.
yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
So you think that?
Yeah. I can't speak for you guys. Make your own.
How does that follow?
You don't need to burn bridges, right? Like I'm not saying you need to like personally attack these people or call them names or whatever, but certainly attack these arguments. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but hang on. I'm attacking these arguments. I attack those arguments. But like, if your point is they need to calibrate themselves to be electoral maximizers, then so do we, right? And if we do that, then we need to be a little calibrated as well, don't we?
Yeah, don't you?
Yeah, like, I mean, I would sure. Yeah,
Oh!
there's all kinds of considerations here. Like, I'm down with having like a complex kind of like nuanced sort of like approach to this kind of thing. But I guess like what I'm confused about is like,
I don't know.
I get you guys to concede that these are incredibly close elections, and we already know that the stakes are insanely high. And I just want to like address something you said. It sounded like you were saying like, I want these people to never criticize AOC, but that's not what I'm saying. Like, it depends on how you criticize them and if the critique is actually based in any kind of like pragmatic or realistic or any kind of sense in that manner. Like, this is just a stupid critique. It's a dumb critique.
And if you read what they're saying, again, we can go back to the critique. I don't agree with it. So you're shadowboxing me, right? So like, I don't agree with this critique of AOC. I defend my queen AOC, against all these people every day. So we don't actually need to have that conversation again about your argument, which I accept, just like the mansion thing, right? I accept the mansion argument. But like, why spend time if we agree on something, right? Like on the mansion thing, why spend time on it? Like, we agree. Like I agree on that. Like, I agree on your pragmatic argument.
In this case, your instinct was to minimize. It's not that big of a deal. You're getting worked up. You're getting worked up over these lefties again. Is what you guys tell me. That's what you guys tell me, right?
Yeah, this is literally gaslighting, isn't it? Like, they're literally gaslighting Hutch right now. No, like, they're basically trying to convince Hutch that he's being crazy. He's being crazy about these lefties. That the issue, that the issue isn't actually as bad as it is, but it is. Isn't it? It is, isn't it? Right? So you're gonna say to Hutch, well, do not infight with the lefties because you're trying to police people who are the ones that are infighting? Really? Is that what you're saying? Don't infight with the lefties because why? Because you don't want to police the people who are actually infighting?
No, that's
Well,
what
actually, Hutch,
hold on.
respectfully,
Why are
you
shaking
started
your
this
head
fight
no?
with us. You picked this fight with us.
Well, I can explain why.
I'm
So,
just expressing my opinions. That's
No,
what's going on here. Why would you shake your head no? That's what you do. Tell me week after week. Here's Hutch getting triggered by the lefties again.
First,
you do say that.
No, Hutch, you could whatever you want to. I don't think I've ever said that. I mean, maybe Pisco, but
I might have said that.
What,
Is that the only good thing? Well, maybe you're ready for me to say something crazy. I don't know. Maybe if Asmongold supports like defunding cancer programs, okay, maybe his father deserves to die. Have you thought about that? His father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Tough luck, bro. Tough luck. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have been so pro-Trump.
what I've said though is I'm making a very descriptive claim right now. You can disagree with the empirics, right? But I'm just saying that look, to the extent that I'm like minimizing it, right? I think that it's just like fully appropriate to minimize it because I don't think that this will actually, create like a very, very large headache for AOC in the long term. And again,
they threw
I could be
fake blood
Hutch,
outside of her office and called her a genocide supporter.
We condemn it.
Hutch,
no, but I'm just saying there are very real consequences to this shit.
Hutch, there were people again.
You think Disney would make that point? 100%. I mean, he made fun of Asmongold's dead mother, right?
And Hutch, there were people during Mamdani's election who showed up to his
harsh but true, though, only start caring once it affects them personally. But that's not even true. We have kids that are dying from COVID, and their parents are still MAGA.
Events and said, fuck you for accepting AOC's endorsement. She's a genocide supporter. She supports the Iron Dome. This was literally equipped during Mamdani's campaign. And people like that existed during Mamdani's election. People like that existed when AOC ran for re-election in 2024. People like that existed when Bernie's
progressives win elections. Therefore, this is not that big of a deal. What is this logic?
No. Hutch, what the fuck? Obviously, look, Hutch, I'm not saying this might not make, 0.5% difference or something like that. I'm just saying that I don't think that it's going to be like a huge, broad, like, AOC's political career is going to be like substantially cut back by this. Like, that's all I'm saying. And I think that's actually pretty, that's a pretty fair read of these things, if you ask me.
But you just conceded that these are close elections. So even if it did move the needle 0.5%, that could be outcome determinative. But so Hutch, in my mind, it should not just you shouldn't just have this instinct to be like, well, that's just them being.
But
them.
isn't burning the bridge? Isn't pissing them off?
Off that they do this. It should piss you off because you like this candidate and you want to see her succeed.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, why aren't you angry that this happens?
Yeah.
So
do you want me to respond or Josiah? Josiah, you go.
I was gonna say, so I do get pissed when online.
Well, but hopefully he recovers from the cancer. On a human to human basis level, yeah, I hope he recovers from the cancer, but I hope that Asmongold also learns his lesson. So, it's like conflicted, right? You want him to die, so then Asmongold learns his lesson. But on a human basis, sure.
Content.
He won't. I mean, it's pancreatic cancer. I'm just saying.
Creators, including the Vanguard or whoever it is, from Brianna Joy Gray to the Vanguard, indicate that they're not going to, when push comes to shove between.
Do you know what happens to people who are diagnosed with pancreatic cancer? They die.
Themselves, or between a Democrat and a Republican, back the Democrat. That is really frustrating. It does piss me off. Of course, it pisses me off. But for me personally, because they are the more proximate teammate, I keep my focus on the right. And I think the next part of the conversation, which we don't have time to get into because we got to, I've got a hard out in 15 minutes, is, and maybe this is for the next time we discuss on Live and Learn, is what do you think is the optimal use of time here? Because, should you dedicate your entire time? Should we dedicate our entire times to critiquing the left? Or are you failing?
Or using them? Wait a minute.
Well, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm asking you, right? Because I think part of your frustration is you don't think that we openly criticize the left enough, the dissident left, Francesca Fiorentini and Kyle and the Vanguard when they oppose Democrats.
That's
I would
exactly
want
what
to know.
I'm
I would be curious what you think the optimal timeshare
us
that
to
would
do.
be.
I
And
can't
also,
give you,
well, wait.
I can't give you a percentage of time. That
Well, I understand, but and I'm not asking you for a specific percentage, but like, what sort of things would you like to look at? And also, is your own approach open to critique? Because if you're out here slugging with these people, you know, calling them stupid or whatever, are you actually persuading them, or are you causing them to double down?
You need me in that mud.
Well, wait a minute. Wait,
You
but
want
that's
me
the
on
thing.
that
That's the
wall.
thing.
Okay?
That's the thing.
You need me
But-
in that mud. Somebody's got to do it.
No.
Somebody's
well,
got to fucking do it.
maybe,
You
maybe,
just, hold on.
maybe
back
you
up.
can make the case. Wait a minute. Maybe you can make the case that somebody.
love you,
Maybe you
Hutch.
can make the case that somebody needs to be critiquing these arguments. But is your approach optimal? Are you too combative? Are you too are you blocking?
I know, all I can
is it
tell you
bad
is
to
I
block
get-
people like Ogre Boy instead of like having persistent conversations with him and try to like?
Fuck
He's out of, I don't want him in the coalition. Do your own
I'm
party.
just-
Do your own thing. I
But
don't
isn't
care.
isn't that suboptimal? Isn't that suboptimal that you're shutting down?
You're because you're giving them good faith, bro. Ogre Boy's not good faith. Why are you doing this? Why are you saying like, oh, he's persuadable? He gets off on this fucking shit. You understand? Like he's not.
So
persuadable.
I'm confused.
Like,
What do you think? So you think that shitting on these content creators will convince their audience to vote to back you? So if I like Hassan and you come in and act like
I get emails all the time about this. I'm just telling you, like behind the scenes, I get more emails now saying thank you for like pulling me out of that thing than I ever did with MAGA. That's just my personal experience. And I just want to rewind the clock a second ago because you said like the Vanguard are what did you say? We're in close proximity to them and
They're
they
more
are
proximate ally than right.
Dog. Do you guys understand? When they came on our podcast last week, they accused the Democratic Party of being a rotating villain who secretly don't want to do anything for voters.
We pushed on them. But
They also
they voted
But
for Kamala and Joe Biden.
how are these people like?
It's too late. Guys, I tweeted. That's all I'm going to say. I tweeted. It's too late.
Allies when they're telling their audience
they're
But
calling
you're
out-
not hearing this is where you're not hearing what I'm saying. I said that they are more proximate allies than the right, and they are. I'm right,
friends
you're
like
wrong.
these.
I'm right, and you're
friends
fucking
like
wrong
these.
about this. I'm right, and you're wrong. You will never, ever be able to refute it. It is a perfect position. The Vanguard are more likely. Shut the fuck up. The Vanguard are more likely to vote. The Vanguard. The Van.
than like full-throated
Wait,
MAGA.
are you serious?
Are you serious? You're
Hey,
who voted for the fucking Democrats in the last election, Hutch?
I am making
Again, I win, you
I think we
lose.
misheard-
Because
we
Rob
misheard-
Noor voted
we
for
misheard-
Trump and the
we
Vanguard
misheard- we
voted for
misheard-
Kamala.
Josiah,
You
Josiah,
fucking
we misheard-
vindicated my point.
Josiah, I think we misheard. Josiah, we misheard. Hutch, I know that you didn't.
Hutch recently started a medication that helps with his anxiety, and he pushes on these guys way harder. Sorry, I was not listening because I was busy making edgy tweets. I'm sorry. Here. Good luck.
Say, and you didn't say that Rob Noor is a better
I'm
ally
not
to you,
being
right?
serious.
Yes.
I'm saying that Rob Noor is closer because
He didn't
like,
say it. He didn't say it.
No, I'm not being serious. I'm saying like because he's been willing to like criticize him on
Walking
the
it back.
Epstein stuff or whatever. He's like closer to me than like MAGA. You know what I mean? But do you understand the problem of a content creator?
Wait, what's your
who is-
wait?
Do
Hang
you
on. Wait, what's
understand
your
the problem of a content
What's your point
creator
about Rob
day
Noor?
in and it doesn't matter. It's a stupid fucking joke. It literally doesn't matter. Do you understand the significance?
Sorry, I was not fucking listening.
This is where you're not hearing what I'm saying. I said that they are more proximate allies